Now, normally I would be bringing a V black wing, but the reason why I'm bringing this 2026 Cadillac CT4 in the premium luxury is because this is truly an exceptional deal. And it's getting a combined of 26 MPGs. I'm Anthony from Supercar Throttle. When you're going premium luxury for the CT4, you can option the 2.7 liter or the 2.0 liter. That's the only thing that I would really change, because when I'm going this route, I'm wanting something in the low $40,000 price point, which BMW, Mercedes, and Audi is not gonna have to this level, especially if you pair it with the 2.7 liter, because then you're getting a 0 to 60 at 4.8 seconds. The front, it's gonna have the signature vertical LED daytime runnings and headlights. That's going to incorporate into the Cadillac badged grille. On the sport trim, this gets gloss black. I personally would do a chrome delete, even though this is a satin aluminum. You still get front parking sensors. You're not going to get a 360-degree reverse camera. You're going to have to start optioning features. And in that case, I would not pick this vehicle. It's hard to get these base as they are. You have nearly 4 inches of clearance. Underneath the hood has a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged that's producing 237 horsepower with 258 pound-feet of torque, paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, when you go up to the 2.7 liter, 310 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque. Now you're seeing what I'm talking about. Even going into this base trim, this is a great vehicle for every day because you're getting 22 MPGs for the city, 32 MPGs for the highway. It's a rear-wheel drive configuration, but you expect that because it's a little bit sporty. You get 18-inch wheels instead of 17. Going into the sport, you have a little bit more sporty design, but I just don't see forking out that extra dough going into the sport trim, especially considering this is the last year. I may option some features, but realistically, just maybe the sun package, so I'll get the moonroof and the engine. That's really all I need. And that's a con right off the bat, because why doesn't Cadillac give you a standard moonroof? I'm all right with the options for the two different powertrains, because you know what? Some people just want better MPGs and some people want performance. And with Cadillac, they tick all the boxes to that, because you even have a V-Series and a V-Black wing if you really want to go all out with performance, add some Brembo brakes, get a more tuned suspension. All trims are going to have standard LED taillights. In the lower, you get the dual exhaust that's exposed, you get reverse parking sensors and a reverse camera. Because it's a Cadillac, it should have a standard 360-degree reverse camera. But all in all, when you are looking at a luxury vehicle that has some performance at a low $40,000 price, there isn't anything really that's going to give you a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty like Cadillac. But let me know in the comments which way you would go for the last year Cadillac CT4 or the competition. Click a like, click the subscribe button. The more clicks you do, the better it is for the algorithm, so we can bring more vehicles to the channel. Normally I'm saying some specs, but I think we've already entertained all the specs that's needed. 6.2 seconds 0 to 60. It's a smaller twin-scrolled 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, which means it can get up to speed pretty quick. Is there lag? Obviously, you're going to see some of that, and we're going to try to slow down where we don't get in trouble with anybody to about 40 miles per hour. And now we're going to floor it. And that's what I mean. It's a practical everyday vehicle getting in the 20-mile range for your city and 32 miles for the highway. That is excellent. It's hard to get something that is in the luxury line that gets great MPGs, and it's pretty decent with pickup. I know Lexus has variants that are comparable, but again, when you're looking at a low $40,000 price point and you can get 2 different engine options, which changes that 0 to 60 dramatically. 4.8 seconds is really quick if you go into the 2.7 liter turbocharged engine. But as it sets, it's comfortable. Some cons: got a small screen. It has analog gauges, which is fine to me. I actually like them better than digital gauges. This center cluster, you can only open it on the driver's side. The back seat doesn't really have any storage, and it's not really meant for anybody that's over 6 foot tall to actually fit back there. Cargo capacity is the least in class. The stereo, it's okay. It's not over the top. You don't get a moonroof, but they do give you ventilated and heated seats standard. So I like that they've added some of those things for 2026. They've added some new colors. and you can add options to this, but then when you do that, it doesn't really unlock a sweet spot. It becomes something that's more in the same category as everybody else. That's why I say going here, you're getting the savings, especially if you are considering the Germans, because this is a huge discount compared to BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. Braking on the vehicle, it doesn't feel heavy, it stops on a dime. I'm gonna do the turn radius, just not right now, because obviously it's a 6.2 second 0 to 60. We're gonna put it into sport mode. Doesn't really change much of the configuration when you change the driving modes, but I've had people in the comments say, well, if you do this and do this, most of this stuff, even if you change any of this, it's really not that, I mean, you're in the low $40,000 price. About 2 lanes, let's rock and roll. That's what I mean, it's fast enough for a straight line. This is not something that you're gonna be doing a lot of dynamics with, but you can still have a fun, playful vehicle, and it's still a practical vehicle and inexpensive considering you're getting a luxury warranty. The ground clearance sucks. I mean, you got 3.7 inches. Visibility is good, but you will have to be kind of cautious. 18-inch wheels, I'm kind of happy they went that route because anything bigger I think would be too much for the vehicle. But realistically, 17-inch is not bad. Even if you were to go down a trim because you're not wanting the upgraded engine, you would be under $40,000. There's no vehicle that compares to this that's going to give you all of these standard features at that price point. I'm not a big fan of all these buttons, but I would rather them have them here than have them all in the infotainment screen. Since it's the last year, I think Cadillac did a good job overall. They could have given a little bit more luxury. I mean, give us a moonroof, give us manual cushion extensions, more than 12-way power seat adjustment. I mean, these are things that should be standard when you're going into a luxury vehicle. But when you're adding the practicality, Cadillac hit a home run. And that leads me to the final reason why this is the best trim to go to, because it outclasses everybody at this price point. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out this next video right here.